Yeah, so we have Ankit joined in too. So there's Shalki joining in a few minutes. Let's just wait for her. Hi Shalki,
Hi Shweta, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Great, yeah. Nice to speak with you after so long.
कितने दिन बाद बात हो रही.
I'm sorry?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. कितने दिन बाद. कितने दिन
Correct.
बाद बात हो रही है actually.
Correct.
Yes, from childhood, and now here we are.
Nice, yeah. Chalo, let's get started. I see Ankit
Yes,
has not
yes.
yet joined the audio, but okay, let's start. So so this will be a very casual conversation as well as some knowledge that I can pass on to anyone who wants to start a food blogging or something, a new page on Instagram, be it travel blogging, be it food blogging. Because I have a knowledge of just these two things, basically travel and food. So I believe Shalki and Prajwal, and I mean, you guys would be planning to do a food page, opening a food page and food blogging on Instagram. Is it what you're, looking for?
Yeah, that's true actually. Yeah.
Okay. All right, great. So let's discuss some points that I have come across along. I've been there for past 7 months now on Instagram as a food blogger. Have managed some along around 3,000 followers. So let's see what all I have learned throughout this journey. So what I first and foremost what I have noticed is when you create a Instagram page for food blogging or be it any kind of blogging, the first and foremost the thing that you need to pick up is your username, right? So what username exactly do you need to put for your page? Now that totally depends on what kind of a page you need to create, because that is how people are going to look for you. Suppose you're putting your own name and then you're starting a food blogging page, or suppose a travel blogging page. Now somebody who wants to search for any travel blogger, or somebody who wants to look for somebody who's posting food content, then they'll probably be searching, they'll be searching something by the name food or bloggers or something like that, right? So if you put in your own name, you'll not be coming on the top of that list. Reason being, you should always put some kind of a name, username, that describes what this page is for. Okay. So like I have put the name everything.blogger, so it comes blog, because when I started off, I had this intention of blogging everything that I go through in my entire life. Then I gradually I just moved towards food blogging. So but because there's blogger word in it, it kind of circumspect all the things that are there involved in with blogging. So second thing what I've come across is your bio. So what I've seen is people put their username, keep posting pictures, but they do not describe who they are and what they're trying to do on that page. So it's good that if you put a bio about describing yourself and what you're doing on your page, and a little bit about you yourself as well, who you are, because that kind of describes an authenticity of the page, because it's not a bot machine running that page. It's a person who's running that. So it's good that you put up your display picture and not also some cartoon or something. It can be something related to food, but putting in your own picture helps a lot, because it also helps when you keep interacting with people on daily basis. They'll be identifying you on basis of your DP. So when you have a DP for your face, they'll be able to recognize you faster, that this is the person I was speaking with yesterday, and this is the person I have to interact with. So it your image makes it easier to remember you. So now next, let's move on to the content, because that's the whole thing that we've covered: your DP, your bio, your username. Now when you start posting content, suppose you started putting the first post on your particular page, what you should be keeping in mind. So first thing, that when you start off, you need not keep the track of followers so much, but focus on what big posts you're putting in, because they are what going to fetch the followers to your page, because content is what most people look for, instead of just interacting with people. That is solely not going to bring in the followers. So start focusing on the content first of all. And now on the content, what I've noticed is people now all of you must have noticed people start putting in their username along with the picture. They always put who has put that picture. They put a tag on their picture. Reason being, there are a lot of pages out there on Instagram who just search for food bloggers, copy the picture that they find nice, and then post it on their page. Now that you know is not a good practice, because suppose I have found that picture on person A's Instagram, and then I have found person B also putting the same picture, I might not, I might also go ahead and report that page. So make sure you do not do that, because that is going to cause some serious issues. So post your unique and not plagiarizing content. Then the next thing is to post regularly. So it's really good if you post daily, but then I know being on jobs as well, most of us are doing jobs here. Even if somebody is in college, they do not have time daily to put in a post, because that usually requires half an hour if you do it sincerely. So it should be every alternate days when you can go and put a picture, because the more you put a post on your blog, the more followers will come and see, because you're every day or every other day you're putting a new content out there. So regular post is a necessary thing. Then what happens is, I've seen people who are doing regular posts and everything, but then even then the reach for that post is not maximum. So with private accounts, we must have not noticed what this reach and everything is, but when we create a public account, we see post insights. What those insights show are what you have, how many people your post have reached to. Now, so if less people see your post, less people are gonna like it. So to increase the reach of your post is what you also should focus on. And how to do that is, see, let's just see how you can increase the reach first. Use hashtags. Now that's something I cannot emphasize much on, because that is the most basic thing that you should be doing when you start creating an Instagram content, because hashtags are the things that people search for. Because suppose I just give an example. uh, Recently I was going to have a trip to Sikkim, so I just wanted to see how many people have went there in which month, and then I just wanted to know if the time I am planning to go to is the right time or not, and what's the weather there at that point in time. So I searched with Sikkim and everything. So people who came with that hashtag first, I just texted them. I asked them about what's the weather at this point I'm planning to go in, and I was able to get more information. So those people who used hashtags in a accurate way were able to assist me better, and I was able to reach them better. So for a better reach, you should always use hashtags. Now hashtags are so the maximum number of hashtags that you can put is 30 on Instagram, but I usually go about 20, 15, 20 hashtags. Now it's really nice if you put in all the hashtags, but then make sure that none of your hashtag is just a general hashtag, like how do I put it? Say food. Now, food is also a good hashtag to use, but then what happens is you use food hashtag, and now all the food bloggers in the world are using food hashtag. How do you how do you promote your page on the top of the list? It, instead of it being coming on the 110th position, instead of being on some 878 position. So use unique hashtags. Now suppose I want to search for Indian food, so my post in that way will be in a much above position than if I just use hashtag food. Also, the priority of what hashtag you use first is also important. So if you use the hashtags which describe your post, suppose I post a picture of paneer and roti, okay, for an example. So matar paneer, so I'll start using my hashtags with what I have in the picture. I'll start using hashtag matar paneer, hashtag roti, hashtag bread, or something like that, that makes people believe in what I have posted there. So these are the hashtags that should describe your picture. So hashtags are one. Then comes the caption. Now what people some people do is they just put one liner or some emojis as a caption. I also in the beginning used to do that, but then I just realized that this is not how it is working. So I just started putting, that is how we learn. And I had nobody to ask from all this, so I just started putting in content and then realizing and then modifying it accordingly. So what I have found out is you should always post large captions along with just large and interactive as well, because just putting a lot of information out there in the caption but then no interaction is not is as good as no putting a caption there. So you should always interact with the people who are there so that they have something to comment about. So even if we post a normal picture on our, even if it's not a blog, okay, if we put a normal picture on our Instagram, if I put a question out there in the caption, I see more people replying to, commenting on my picture instead of if I just put an emoji and or happy days or something in the caption. So that is how you should categorize and make your caption more interactive. So that helps when people are there to comment, so they'll have something to write about. Now, next thing, let's see what happens is, okay, now suppose you've put in the caption, you've put in the hashtags. Also, there's one more thing that I have recently learned. So in your caption itself, you should always write your username. Suppose it's Shweta Sharma. So you just post follow @Shweta Sharma. So that way people will always go to your profile as well and look who you are. And that also helps. Another thing, what happens is, suppose now you have put in the picture and the post is ready and it has reached out there. Now it will only go to the followers that you have, right? I mean people who are following you or people who are following that hashtag. Suppose you want to reach out to more people who do not know you who you are. So what in that case you need to do is tag people. So always always and always tag people who have more followers than you, at least say double the followers you have, because if they are the ones who are going to promote your post, you'll be getting more followers than if you just keep posting pictures and do not tag any other person. Suppose now also what happens is, at times, see who you are tagging, because a lot of people, even if you tag, and they're not even going to promote your post as a story or something, because that's what you generally want people to promote your post as a story in their profile. So people have always somebody who has more number of followers, they put in use hashtag this to get featured. That's the thing that you need to put in your post. So suppose somebody says use hashtag Bangalore foodie. So you have to put that hashtag Bangalore foodie in your particular Instagram post for that post to be able to reach that person, and that person is going to put in feature your particular post in his or her profile. So that is also really necessary. And people also write that tag at Bangalore foodie to get featured. So it depends what person you're tagging or using the hashtag. Make sure you just follow what they have written in their bio, and that's where bio also comes into play. Now what else is left? Yes, so suppose your post has gone out there and it's reaching a lot of people. But see, what happens is it's really good if you interact with a person one to one. So if you have a lot of friends who have, you generally, if you spend some time on your blog, you tend to make friends with people who are in the same genre. So if you have people doing food blogging, you will be maintaining friends with some people who are doing good in their business and who have started along with you, basically is what you make friends with. Or somebody who has a huge fan base is what you're going to make friends with. So that helps. If you keep texting them on a regular basis, they are going to remember you and are going to support you as well. So the really good thing that I've seen in Instagram blogging is that people always support you. Because when I started off, I had no followers. I made friends with a lot of people, a lot of food bloggers, and I asked them, I used to constantly keep messaging them that please feature my post in your story. And even if, and there will be times when nobody is going to reply to you, they'll just see and ignore your message. But then you should not just go away at that point. You should always keep texting them. So I would not say it's being shameless, but then you have to keep your ego aside or something in that matter, and then keep texting them. People might get irritated, but then a lot of people just see that, oh, she's so hardworking, she really wants me to do this, so let me just go ahead and put her post in my story. So it's just one step that you need to do. Keep posting them, keep pinging them. So, okay, that when you do, people feature your post. Now, what happens is followers from their page, they come to your page and see what happens. So that's where your interaction increases. So number of people who came to your profile or your post from any other person's profile increases the interaction, and hence it reaches more and more people. That's how it keeps increasing. So you just need to keep pinging people and ask them to feature your profile, and that will exponentially increase your followers. That being said, now there are people of the same community creating groups on Instagram. So try and make sure that you're added in lots and lots of groups for that. So there are food blogging groups for each city. They have multiple food blogging groups on Instagram as well as on WhatsApps. So make sure that you are added in that group. Keep pinging people that if you are part of any new group, I am part of these groups. If you have any other group, please add me in there. So that way, when you've been added into that group, you also, when you post a new picture, you send that picture into the group. People in that group are also going to interact with that, and I've seen people are really nice to do that. Okay, it's not that you just keep posting and nobody's liking or commenting it. I've seen that that really helps. People do promote your post if you have put something good. Again, if you've posted something good is the thing here, because if you have not posted a clear picture or something that's not suppose you're saying you're a food blogger, but then you're posting something different on your blogging page that does not describe as to what your page is for. So in that case, nobody is going to promote you. So make sure you're doing the right thing in the right content and you're reaching the right people, is what I've learned so far. So collaboration really important. Keep pinging people. And in WhatsApp groups, what happens is people, they generally do not constantly post their Instagram pictures link in the WhatsApp, but what they do is they keep interacting with people. Now, to be really honest, what the aim for food blogging is to have good pictures and have everything. Now you at some point do expect restaurants to invite you to their place and offer you some free food, honestly, right? So to do that, what you need to do is on the WhatsApp groups, you should make contacts with some chefs and everything, and they'll help you, add into a group. Once you're added into the group, you have to keep interacting with people who are there. So if you're just added into the group, would not you know m- give you invites for restaurants. Another thing, yes, I'm sorry, I missed a point there. So to get invites for the restaurants, what you need to do is also Zomato blogging. Now Zomato is something really focused on the food thing. So if suppose you went out and ate from restaurant A and you really liked the food, or even if you did not, you always and always need to go ahead and post a detailed review of the food that you had on Zomato. Now you should not always give a good rating, because that's not how the ratings work. I've seen people who are posting really good ratings every time are not invited to the because what restaurants really want is for people to promote good things about the restaurant, and to learn as to what they're doing wrong. Because if a food blogger is a real critic, he must have gone to restaurant B, where he would have had the same dish that was better than restaurant A, so he'll be able to give better feedbacks to the chef or cook of restaurant A. So in that way, it's helpful for them to be able to learn how to improve in future. So reason being, you should always be a honest critique on your Zomato, and keep posting as many reviews as you can, so that it increases your ratings on Zomato. And when it comes to the WhatsApp groups where I was speaking about, what happens is people, they just look out for the restaurants, they just look out for people who have Zomato uh, you know rating lower or higher than what they have as a benchmark. Suppose they're looking for Zomato reviewers greater than 8 rating, so they'll be putting that in the WhatsApp group. We are looking for food bloggers, these many numbers, who have Zomato ratings higher than 8, and a first come first served. So you should always be active in those groups in order to be able to get invites from the restaurants. And that's ultimately the best thing that you can enjoy free food from. Okay, I believe I've said what I wanted to, and you can honestly go ahead and ask anything that you want. Any questions?
Hey Shweta,
Hi, Shalki.
uh,
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that thank you
Mm,
so much for telling us all about this. Earlier, I thought it was
welcome.
like
Yeah.
easy to start a blogging and stuff,
Mm,
be it food or be it traveling. But the points that you mentioned, that seemed like a really hard
mm,
job to inculcate all these things and putting it to the success
correct. Mm,
stage. You said you didn't have anybody who could guide you or stuff, but it's good for us
yes.
that you have, like, your experience will be a lesson for us also. And
Mm.
I am also hoping to start a travel blog soon.
You should.
So,
Yeah, you should. When when you start a travel blog, Shalki, what I've seen is people starting
mhm.
travel blogging. They also,
uh,
I mean, not in the starting phase, but then if you reach some 10 digits, thousands followers, like 10K, 11K followers, people
yeah.
also get invites for tickets. So there are
Mhm.
companies who collect some number of people and give a discount to them.
Mhm.
So I don't know what word it is. I just forgot. So I just went with one of the group where
Oh,
people had tickets on discount because they were big travel bloggers. So
oh,
that
that's
that's what
awesome.
I get. Yes, and also on the hotel pricing. So that's when you have really lot of numbers in your followers on
Hmm.
Instagram. So
Yeah,
the
you can do the hotel
influencers.
reviews and stuff.
Correct. So
Right?
the influencers that we follow on Instagram, right? They all have been
Yeah.
through that the space that we are starting from. So
Yes,
but
absolutely.
yeah, the point is that they continuously keep doing what they do.
Yeah, right. So
And
that's
ultimately
what.
they get so free tickets and everything, so much of things. So if
Hmm.
you're traveling and you're doing, I see you doing a lot of traveling also, Shalki, so you should also start it.
Yes, I thought of doing it, but I was so caught up with the
uh,
job and stuff. But now I'm,
Correct.
like I didn't have any sort of roadmap for it, but now I'm like literally planning slowly. I'll just, मतलब
Do यार
भले धीरे
Shalki, yes.
करूँगी, but I'll just do it
हाँ, actually
someday
कुछ
soon.
कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता even if you're starting with
Yeah.
slow posting and everything, but you should always continue posting and you should not give up
Hmm.
is the thing what I found out.
Yes,
क्योंकि बीच में
absolutely.
मैं भी रुक गई थी कि ठीक
Hmm.
है छोड़ते हैं ना क्या हो गया मन भर गया.
Yes, right.
but then but then at one point of time you just start finding love in what you do. So
Yes,
एक एक
right.
टाइम था कि मेरे को मन नहीं करता, फिर कुछ दिन तक जब पोस्ट नहीं किया ना तो you just start feeling यार I just want to go back to Instagram, just put some
Hmm.
pictures and just some
Yes.
food. I just want to have and see food pictures there, because at the night time when
Yeah.
you're awake you always crave for something nice to eat, right? So
Yes, absolutely.
I just keep opening my food blogging page. I just keep seeing
Keep on
people
posting.
posting nice pictures, liking, commenting. It feels really
Yes,
nice.
right. Hmm.
Yeah,
But
I think.
this Corona thing happened, and all the traveling plans got cancelled. So that
Now
is also
you
there.
should start with the old pictures. अरे
Yes,
you
right.
have
That's true.
traveled so much यार, तू तो आराम से बना
Uh,
पेज.
but वही है ना, मतलब within like last 1 year I have not traveled that much. But yeah,
हाँ.
I was planning to do it, but this happened. But anyways, I definitely will start, and your
Hmm.
it will definitely help me.
Thank you so much यार. Impacting just one person also helps me. Motivation of the
That's
day आ
great.
गया मेरा.
Yes, definitely. चलो कुछ तो अच्छा
चलो
है.
thank you यार. चलो
Thank
anybody else
you.
having any questions? Open up guys. Ankit, you're giving a thumbs up. You should say something.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. All right, then
I have one doubt
Okay, Sanchit.
is that I've seen people actually doing two types of content with food blogging. First is that
Okay.
they go out to restaurants and they post nice pictures clicking over there. And
Hmm.
the other part of the category is that they actually cook the food at their home, they
Hmm.
share nice pictures and they write the recipe. So what do you
Correct.
think is like a better strategy to start off with? Like maybe going to restaurant or start cooking something, home, or
Huh.
maybe a blend of both the things.
Right, really very good question. So at this point, what I would suggest is, because it is something, Instagram is something that's constantly changing with time, right? It's not something that's fixed and marked as a hard underlined. So if you see at this point of time in lockdown, nobody is able to go out and eat at the restaurants, right? People are people have who didn't know even the cooking ABCs of cooking have started cooking good food, right? Now cooking and posting them on Instagram is much better at this point of time, because people are really searching for homemade recipes, healthy breakfast, and everything on Insta as of now. So if you're doing that, that will really help. Also, because when you're making, videos of what you're cooking, it gives people a recipe, even if you're not saying and dictating it as in YouTube. But then you are giving them some sort of quick recipe, right? They just okay, suppose I know how to make a dish, but then I just have to recollect how to do it. If I see your post that's a short video of making that dish, I'll really go and see and appreciate that, because I just have to recollect how to make it, and then at home I can go and cook it, right? So it's really good if you go and post homemade recipes and all that in your Instagram as of now, because a lot of people are looking for that right now. And food reviews and everything, going to restaurants, you'll only get restaurant invites once you're famous, correct? So
Mhm.
if you're famous, how do you become famous? You have to post some content, and if you're not going to the restaurants, you do not have much content, so it's good that you post your homemade cooked food.
Right, right. So it's like, timing matters a lot for both the things.
Correct. Yes. Sorry, I just missed out on that point. Thank you. So, what happens is, suppose you you yourself can see your schedule of the day. What happens mostly is that you wake up at 7, 8, 9 around. Mostly people wake up around 7 to 10 a.m. So if when once you wake up, just after getting fresh and everything, you just get your mobile, open up Instagram and see what people have posted, and then do the rest of the chores of your day, right? So if you post something in the morning around say 10, 11 a.m. is a good thing. Same around 7 to 8, 6 to 8 p.m. in the evening is a good timing to post something, because reason being, in the hours middle, that's from 10 to probably 5, 6 is when people are working and they have lots of office work to do, so they'll not be probably looking at Instagram pictures. So reason, you should always post a picture on the timings where you believe most of the people are going to come on Instagram and check your picture. So timing
Like,
does matter a lot. Yeah.
yeah. So like maybe, in the breakfast, yeah, like in the morning time, I post something related to breakfast and a nice,
Hmm.
well jotted down the recipe of that particular item that
Correct.
will actually work.
Hmm.
Right?
Correct. You can always keep, if you're making healthy breakfast and everything, you can all, even if it's unhealthy, doesn't matter. Indian people eat food. So you just post pictures of whatever you have on breakfast. If it's a nice, good picture, and if you're posting it daily, it's really going to help. And post it on the morning time. So it's not like you post a breakfast picture in the evening. So
Yeah, right.
that's also relevant.
Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot, Shweta.
Yeah, welcome. Okay. So anybody else, any questions?
Me.
Yeah,
Okay,
me.
so my question is, initially when you started with this,
Hmm.
did you have to like advertise your page, or if yes, then how did you do that to get the followers?
Okay, advertisements I did not do. I did, the thing that I mentioned, I just kept pinging people who had lots of followers. और मतलब हाथ धो के पड़ गई थी कि please promote करो. So I just kept pinging in, asking people to promote my page or feature my post on their story. Did not advertise as such, but then once or twice I have promoted my post. So there's this thing on Instagram that you have to pay certain amount, say 80 rupees per day or 160 rupees per day. That there's quite, there's a range that you can do. You can select any amount of money and any amount of days, and depending upon that, it shows you how many people will Instagram make your post reach. Suppose you select 80 rupees per day, it will give you it's only 500 to 700 reach it will give you, and then it depends on how much reach you want your post to go, and depending on that you can spend your money on it. But I genuinely see that not to be of really good use, because anyway if you're posting a good content and you have a community where you can promote your post, why spend money on it, right? Unless you
Right.
have a lot of it.
Okay.
It depends. It really depends if you want to, because I genuinely started it as a hobby, not as a career passion. So if I have, if I am doing food blogging as a living, I would really go and put in my money in it. But if that's something that I'm doing as a pastime and something because I enjoy that thing, I think it's a personal choice. If you want to go and pay Instagram to get reach for your post, you can do that. You can do that for say 160 rupees for 2 days. So it'll give you some 1,500 follow. I mean not followers, reach. And now after that, the post has reached. It depends how many people follow you after that. It does not even guarantee the followers.
Okay, acha.
Right. So it's just the reach that it will give you. So, and you can there are really other ways that you can increase your reach. If you reach out to people who can make a better reach, that's really better than paying Instagram. Yes.
Thanks.
Welcome. Okay. Anybody else? Prajwal gave a thumbs up. Thank you, Prajwal.
Hi Shweta, Sarthak here.
Hi, Sarthak. How
Yeah,
are you?
thanks for the wonderful,
Mm,
wonderful insight for food blogging. I have a question.
welcome. Okay.
Yeah, is food blogging a good full-time career to choose?
Okay, full-time career. Okay, now see what happens is suppose you started off and you have less followers, so that's not a good thing to rely upon, you're just relying upon Instagram for your followers to increase. So at that point, it's not a good uh, career to be investing in. But then suppose you've reached really great number of followers and you have your account verified by Instagram, that's when you can you start getting money and everything. So you, if you are making a lot of money on it, you can always, I've seen people who have given up their job and dedicatedly, doing food blogging on Instagram. So there's this lady that I really, inspire from. It's Meghna's Food Magic. So I've seen that. So she was also in the working somewhere, but then she left the job and now she's just putting food pictures and everything on her Instagram. So she makes home cooked food and posts that on Instagram along with recipes and videos. She also has a YouTube channel for it though. But then she, because earns so much from Instagram, and she's a winner of Food Instagram 2019 LFEGA. That's an award for Instagram. So if you're that much into that, you can always, give up your career for food blogging. So it depends upon how excellent you are doing in that field. Initially I would
Okay.
not suggest that, you give up your career and everything and start food blogging and depend on it entirely. Once if you're able to reach to that height where you should be depending upon that.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
welcome. Okay, so anybody else? No, right? Okay, I think we should also, go and have some food now that we've spoken so much about it. Because I think lunch should be pending on most of us. Right? So let's wrap up the session. Payal raised a hand. Payal, you want to speak for something?
No, 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 no.
Acha.
I was saying you're right.
Okay, correct. My food is also pending there, lunch. Okay, so let's wrap up the session. Thank you so much. Now, what there's just one more thing I wanna, introduce. So, the reason, I was able to do this session here and speak with all of you is because of HelpKart. Please go and, follow HelpKart on Instagram. So, what their motto is, so, like me, there are many people who are doing, part-time or probably full-time in some other business, be it not on Instagram. It can be on any other platform, online digital platform, or it can be in any field except for, so there are, so fields like engineering and doctors, they have lots of guidelines available already. But then for the other streams where there's not much of help available, and even if there's something on the internet, it's not a real life experience on the latest times. It could be a post from an old time where somebody experienced something, but now you want to know what's happening as of now in the market in that field. So HelpKart has introduced this platform that says if you have any questions or you need any guidance upon some career that you want to start off with, you can reach out to them and they'll arrange a session for you just like this, where people are already doing that thing and they have some experience on it to guide you from. All right, I see that we are all sorted here, so let's wrap up.
Shweta, to make your job easier, I've shared the link in the chat.
Okay, 1 second, let me see.
I think it's visible to everyone.
Yes, there's a chat. Correct. Yes, you can go and follow this Instagram page, and Sanchit is the one who is basically managing this page. So congratulations, Sanchit, successfully completed 2 sessions.
Thanks a lot.
All righty. Okay, guys, so have a really good afternoon and evening. Let's say goodbye.
Thank you,
Okay.
Shweta.
Okay, welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
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 Thanks a lot, Shweta.
Okay, welcome.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Shweta. Bye bye.
Welcome. Bye bye.